Yo, yeah! Sorry. How we doing tonight? Are we doing okay? Are we doing okay? We've got Ashita, Edgar, Engineer, Kyle, HZD, Black. My wife is in the chat as well. How are we doing? I'm sorry, Engineer. Truly sorry, but I'm also not at the same time. How's everybody doing tonight? We've got 6 days until the showcase. Oh, we're so close. We just keep getting fucking closer. Marster is in the chat. Yo, yo, yo. How we doing? Kind of pissed due to the fact that I got school for this week. Damn, bro. Playing on a PC or Xbox? I am on my Xbox Series X. Thank you for joining the chat, Vicious. Good to see you in here. Oh. I wish there was more to talk about. We'll get right into a free-for-all game. Same here, Black. Same here. But, you know, I have a pretty good feeling about this. Even though I don't have a car, you know, I have a good feeling. What's going on, Ghost? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Hopefully the stream is looking perfect. What's going on, Urze? That's a great name. History? Looking forward to it. I'm from Poland. Finished 1 and 2 about 2 years ago. Started 3 and didn't finish it. But recently got hooked and finished all 3. Judgment 4 and 5. Fuck yeah. Got Devin in the chat. One chill boomer, you're late. Everybody put a L in chat for one chill boomer. He was late today. Of all days. Really wish I still had my Xbox to play on PC now, but now this game has an issue with deleting shaders on maps? What? That's kind of crazy. That's okay, one chill boomer. I also love how your profile picture is a boomer. That's so funny. What's going on, Devin? How we doing, man? Hopefully everything's going well. Oh, boomer. She told me all about it when I got home. You know what's weird? Today was a long but fast day. Like, it felt long, but it was actually kind of quick. Does that make any sense? When am I next doing a live stream with Zero? I think he's doing one either tonight or tomorrow. I messaged him last night. Hold on, let me message him real quick. I don't want to keep on going on and like, because I don't want to be like I don't want to be viewed as like a co-host, because it's not my show. I do love going on and talking, but like having different perspectives on the Gears cast would be great. Yeah, today was just weird. Like, in the moment, it felt slow. Like, right when it hit, like, 12 o'clock, like, everything just sped by. What's going on, Spurs boy? Bro, your Spurs are in the finals. Isn't that crazy? Oh, you're Baird. I bet you won't change it. Oh, he's getting more people on. I can't tell you who. But it's pretty exciting. Love both your dynamics. Well, I try, like, we try to be as different as possible. But, like, there comes a certain point where it's like, you guys already know how I feel, so I just keep, like, I feel like I have to keep repeating myself, you know? I want it to feel fresh. All right. First game of the day. Serving it up Gary's way.
Fail, but do try to enjoy yourself.
I'm sucking. I'm sucking. Oh, there's your profile picture.
Weapon available. Power weapon available.
Didn't get a single fucking kill. Excuse me? No, I don't play with paddles. I play tournament. So my left bumper is my A button, basically. Fucking stole my kill, you fat bitch. His name is the Taquito. Bro, where is Dom? Get that man in here. Okay.
Oh, look, it's amateur hour.
Why am I tired, dude? What?
I did that.
Oh, really? Some sour cream and salsa with your taquitos? Oh my goodness.
Good to go.
I'm just gonna run at people.
Who's next?
I'm just gonna run at people. I'm just gonna run at people. Oh, I shot, but nothing came out.
We're having fun.
What's going on, Nightcrawler? That's a great name. Do you crawl in the night? Watch him send a message in the game chat like, you fucking pussy.
Piss off. Throwing flashbang. Enemy contact. Oh, shit. Come back here. I'm down.
No, he got up. No, we don't know when that fucking podcast is gonna be. Which pisses me off. Still don't know.
Enemy contact.
Still have no idea when that fucking podcast is.
Target's down.
Baird, what the fuck are you talking about?
Stay down. Lord, attack my mark. Can't believe that shit.
What's going on, Inari? How we doing tonight? Member of the channel. Look, I'm yellow.
You'll never go if you think you're hard enough.
I don't know what that movement was.
Bye. Thanks for playing.
I shot.
Juicy.
I shot.
Ten kills.
Oh, trade. Am I winning, really? Doesn't feel like it at all. That's a train.
Incoming flash.
What?
Target mission.
Bro, what? I was behind him.
Magic.
Just like Sarge.
I'm dead.
Eat shit, die.
Oh my god, she held her shot. Somebody's on my right.
One less to worry about.
Really? Alexander's in the chat. How we doing? I haven't read the Gears books, but my wife has read Asheville Fields.
Come on, you want some of this? Incoming.
Just got fully moved into my parents' place. Nice. Oh, right, because you were doing college, right?
Time to put you down.
Have you played Halo 4? Yes, I have. I played Halo 4 back when it released. I played Halo 4 on a Redbox DVD, or not a DVD, but you know what I mean.
Eyes on target.
One less.
Bro, that would be sick. Like you go to a cereal aisle and you see fucking Augustus Cole as Coltrane on a fucking Wheaties box, bro. Come on. I would love that. Oh my god, I fucked up. I should have waited. What's going on, cartoon? We're winning our first fucking free-for-all game. Damn.
Oh, look. You're out.
One kill remaining.
Oh, come on. I need one more kill. One more kill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was about to shoot it! Bruh. Well, that sucks. I just lost. Or did I? Oh my god. Bro. I bet I had less kills. Or I bet I had less deaths than he did too. I sure did. That sucks. No, you did the gambling thing right. Hold on. Is it not letting you do it? Bro, why is my stream in 720 and not 1080? Is it in 1080 on YouTube? Yeah, it is. That's so weird. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta change my thumbnail real quick. All right. Fucking training grounds, lift, and blood drive. Oh, great maps. $720 on YouTube? What the fuck? Hold on. Change that right now. Try 14,000 kilobytes per second. How about that instead of 10,000? Armored Cantus in the next thumbnail? That's a good idea. If I can find a good enough PG and PNG for it.
Welcome to old-fashioned
Should look a little better now.
combat. May the coolest beast win.
Incoming fire!
And on to the next.
Oh, we gotta try hard. Name cartoon in the lobby.
A new weapon is on the field.
Steal my kill. What? Did I just hear 3 fucking nades go off?
Obtainable.
Can't dodge that!
Oh, 6 days. Six fucking days. So I can stop playing this damn game, hopefully. There's a beta at the showcase. Oh,
Throwing flash grenade!
Keep him coming!
Revive me!
Have some of that!
Tango down!
Throwing flashbang!
Barrett, are you okay?
Get down!
Are you all right? Smells like a cheater in this lobby, bro. There's a cheater in every fucking lobby.
Throwing back! Who's next? Y'all gonna die.
That's what happens, man.
Enemy spotted!
Still got it.
Throwing flashbang!
God.
Go ahead! Keep coming! Enemy mark! Who's next? Incoming flood! Who's next? Grenade trap set! Yeah! See that? Anyone care?
Pantera Gogner. That is an interesting name for sure. Well, I've already lost this game, so I'm not gonna fucking try. How's everybody doing?
Sweet. Throwing frag!
What? Bro, I hit the RT!
Eyes on target! That's one vile bastard! Lock and load!
An enemy has 10 kills remaining. What will you do about it?
Sit down!
Bro, what? Why would it let me shoot over the cover like that? I mean, it does make sense to release a beta right after the direct, right? You got all those eyes watching you. We haven't had a new game in what it feels like 10 fucking years. Like, we deserve that.
Flash grenade out!
Throwing frag!
Another wee victory for the people.
You're not so tough.
Okay, buddy.
Running shut.
That's three!
See you later!
An enemy has 5 kills remaining. Reverse this
Cartoon,
course
it's so
now.
obvious you're trying so hard, bud. I can literally feel the sweat coming off of your mouse right now.
Tango!
Feels like Tuesday? Well, it's Monday. A beta will be perfect in my opinion if releases in September. It makes sense if they do it now. Well, even if they do it in July, I want it done now, but it would make sense to be done in July.
Give me up!
It all depends on how many servers they want for the beta. Well, the beta is so important because this is the first Unreal Engine 5 game. And there's going to be a shit ton of new servers. So they have to make sure that they have the servers correct on launch. Because the servers in Gears 5 were not good.
Sit down!
This bitch don't fucking miss me, dude.
An enemy has only one kill remaining.
It is nice not having such a big delay while I'm shooting. It's crazy they are using UE5 and Rocket League just dropped UE6. Well, dude, it's taking so long. That's why.
Chunks all around! Chunks for everybody! Chunks all around!
Sorry about that. Oh, boy. Man. I don't know how to feel about playing this game anymore. Been so long. Oh, thank you for subscribing, George Mincy. That just popped up. So now we're sitting at 7,953 subs. We are 47 subscribers away from 8,000. Fucking nuts. Don't tempt me to play Forza. Because I will. I will play Forza. It just played like 3 seconds of that song and then it just went away. Oh no, they're never gonna make an LA Noire. They're never gonna make another one. That game took so much effort to make. They're never gonna make another one.
Welcome back, Shane.
That bitch just called me Shane again. This fucking woman. Look at this car. Alright, let me sit back and chill. We're here chilling. You played Mario Kart yesterday? Fuck yeah. Oh, dude, this thing's slow as hell. Wait. Oh, look at that. It's a convertible. It would have been really cool to see it, like, actually convert, like, turn into the convertible instead of just doing it. Yep, 6 days lost. We are 6 days away, dude. So fucking hyped. What messages? God dang it. I don't see a single message, babe. Not a single one. Can we hit 100 miles per hour? Ooh. Maybe I can see your messages now. Oh, what am I doing? Like, where am I driving? Let's just go there. Should we drive a race with this car? Can we? Oh my god, we can. Dude, this is gonna be great. It says it's purple on my screen. Let's go. Oh my god. Hey. Hey. It's not nice. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Well, here we go. Getting some speed. Brake check. Beating Gears of War on Insane with a steering wheel. That would be crazy. Bro, I can't wait for my webcam to get here. I got a little light to come with it. I'm gonna look so sexy. So voluptuous. You guys are gonna see my fluffy cheeks. It's gonna be great. I am not gonna win this game. We are only 33% in this race. Oh, it has a nice interior, though. Can I turn off the... Oh. What? Hold on, exit that. I didn't know this had a photo mode.
Chunks for everybody. Chunks
Auto drive?
Chunks for...
What? Marcus Plays just subscribed to the channel. Bro, why am I auto driving? What? You can play this whole game without even playing it? That is wild. Is it drone mode? Oh shit, I'm looking at the chat. We are not getting first. Bowie Knife is in the lead right now. The acceleration on this thing is absolutely garbage. Yeah, we're getting really close to 8,000. There's HB Zane, fellow subscriber of the channel. Fuck. I fucked up. Fuck. Yeah, this car is terrible. You know, guys, fuck it, man. I can't play this without music. I can't. Here we go. Let's go. I need some hype music. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta do that in a different car. That was horrible. Yeah, it's a good game. It's beautiful. Yeah, we definitely gotta get a different fucking car for that.
And there. Cute, huh?
Gosh.
Looks like the region mascots. These are the new barn find rumors you've picked up.
I don't care.
Oh.
Oh, they're
check out this little place
barn
down in
finds.
Fishing Village.
There's 2 new ones. Sweet. Let's go find this one here. We are definitely not driving this car, though. Hold on. What car should we try? Wait, did it start doing the barn find yet? Nope, we're still not there. Hold on. Do I actually have to pay money for it? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Let's take the Celica. What you like about this game? Dude, the graphics are crazy. And the cars feel like really good. Like the controls are really solid. The only thing I didn't like was the intro. Babe, I'm not ignoring you. Damn.
My name is Amy Simpson, and I've got to be honest, I've never been to Japan before, but I love it here. The music, the food, the cars.
The food, the cars.
I've been stamping it wherever I get off the train.
Thoughts on Halo Campaign Evolved? I mean, it's a remake. It's a remake of a campaign. It's more than what we got with Reloaded. At least fucking this campaign is actually a remake instead of A remaster of a remaster. Or a remaster of a remake. Really is what it is.
In 400 yards, turn left.
I don't care if it was going on PlayStation or not. It still fucking failed.
Turn left.
You turn left. How about that?
In 100 yards, turn left.
Oh, 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 oh.
In 400 yards, turn sharp right.
I don't think any game will compete with Midnight Club Los Angeles. I absolutely loved that game.
Turn sharp.
Financially bricked at the moment. I feel that, brother. I mean, I don't even have a car.
In 400
So,
yards, turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn left.
da, da,
Turn left.
I've discovered 91 roads. Is that what that just said? Let's see. Alright, let's find this fucking car. Oh, sorry. Bro, is it just right here?
400 yards, turn left.
I'm gonna be pissed off if it's in here. No, it's not in here. Alright. Is it usually in a building, or do I have to, like, literally find the single car? Because that's how we found the first one.
Turn
It's just in a building. It's just not very fun to find.
turn around when it is safe to do so.
You shut the hell up, GPS. Well, that's what I said, Urze. That's what I said. So this should have just been a free update to Ultimate Edition. It would have been the same thing.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Like, would that have kept people playing? Absolutely not. So, like, why would you expect brand new PlayStation players to go back in time to Gears of War 1, which is the worst, like, the most stale Gears of War game we've ever seen. Like, yeah, it was amazing at launch. It was so different. The atmosphere, the gore, like, the campaign, the multiplayer.
But it turns out shipping is
Like-
quite expensive, and with the rumors flying about this classic car that was lost in shipping and abandoned in a Japanese barn, I'm probably not going to risk it. But I guess I could go and check in a few barns.
Where is this barn? Tokyo City? Oh, is there no other barns here? Oh shit. Is there a barn up here? Nope. Oh shit, that's a big fucking jump. Holy. Bro, where is this barn? Wait. Follow this road. Maybe it will lead us to something. Oh, that's a pretty sturdy bush there. Look at that. Oh. Found it. What do we think it is?
Footage? This will be a mystery
I'm guessing it's a
solved
Firebird.
if we found it.
Or a punch buggy.
Oh, it's the missing car.
That is not... That's a racing car.
Still with the container and everything.
Looks like whoever obtained the container attempted to extract the car and damaged it. This car dominated in the late 80s, truly the peak of the touring era. Once retired, it was meant to be shipped out to America, but it was lost in transit.
What are these camera angles?
Shipped, lost, and misplaced. It's a shame it never made it back out of that box. It was a great competitive car.
Yes, originally built to push the speed of the Sierra Cosworth, it had a great amount of race potential.
Okay, guys, can I just...
Collector's item now.
Well, let's get it back in mint condition. Fix up some of this unfortunate damage.
I'm not gonna pay for it.
We've taken the car back to UG's. I'll give you a call once we fixed it up.
Wait, what's this action? Oh, what's this action here? Pressing the A button. Send a gift. I'm not gonna send a gift. Let's see. Oh, it's part of the main story. Was it a parking lot? Aww. Oh, there's another one over here. Some fast travel. Aww. All right, let's change our car here. Oh, shit. Hold on. How much was that other car? Oh, so it is taking time. 78,000? Let's fuck it. Fucking do it.
It's a real sought-after collector's car, especially with that iconic double wing.
Would have been 1,000 times better for Gears of War 2 Ultimate Edition. Abso-fucking-lutely. No and if or buts about it. This doesn't look like the car I found. Does it?
Pulse, higher speed. Electronic sounds to compete. Only on Horizon Pulse.
It drives well. Sounds good. Like, look at it. Look at these graphics. When I look over here, oh, so hold on. You can literally see the light beams, like with the wind. I guess it's kind of hard to see.
400 yards. Turn left.
This game is beautiful. It's crispy.
Turn left.
Oh. What's your favorite type of old car? I'd say... Do you remember the car in Fast and Furious 1? Not the one where... Not Paul Walker's one. Vin Diesel's one. Like the black, Let me see if I can find it. It's a Ford Sierra. Oh shit. Let me see if I can buy one.
This is the auto show. This kind of shopping. Have a browse, look at what's selling, and hey, you know, maybe
It was a... I think it was a Ford. Was it a Challenger? Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah. 1969 70 Dodge. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So it's Dodge. It's 2015. That ain't it, is it? No, it's a little bit different than this one. Let me see. Uh-oh. That's a pretty sick fucking car. Yeah. Thing got totaled. It's not this one necessarily, but it looks a lot like that one. Damn, they made a lot of Ferraris. To think that that is a Ferrari, dude, that's crazy. Hop in my Ferrari. Bro, doesn't that look like a fucking... fuck, what's it called? Starts with an M. McLaren? Doesn't it look like a McLaren? I don't know cars very well. There's the dad truck right there. The Cyclone. Oh, I need to get that, bro. I need to get that. Dean Winchester's car. You would say that. Look at that. Look at that fucking skin. Bro, that is so fitting. That is sick. Someone put some work into that. Hold on. We gotta purchase a car that... Now I know my wife likes these kind of Jeeps. But like a newer version of, like, dude. Come on. Come on. Now we're talking. Is that really only 16,000? Fuck it. I'm buying it. Do we like the red or the green? There's been more downloads for this one. I can't tell if that looks better or not. I'd say no. I like the green better. Okay, let's buy that. I don't care. That looks sick. Sick! Oh, it's so clean looking. Sweet. Let's keep going here. Look at that. Look how small. Luigi. That's so funny. Jeep Wrangler. Oh, that's the thing I bought. Dude, there's a warthog? No way. There's a fucking warthog in here. That's crazy. I still wouldn't buy that. Would be really cool off-roading though. I'm sorry, but what is the point in having a car like this? In real life, why would you have a car like this? Like just regular old car. That red does look good. Ooh, that is slick. That's nice too, though. Oh, the chrome. Ah! That is slick. I'm just looking at everything. Seems like. Just a car to flex you got money. Yeah, kind of like a Rob Dyrdek kind of situation. The Junker in Forza? Dude, what if it is in here? What if it's in here? Bro, who's buying that? Who's buying that limousine? What would it even be under though? That I have no idea. I bet they're waiting to put that in when E-Day drops. I don't know. I don't know, boys. Let's drive our Jeep. Oh my gosh. Hey, Cartoon, ask me that in Discord. Look at that. I'm gonna drive right into a T-Rex. Junker probably gets 2 miles to the gallon. That'd be crazy.
Turn left. Calculating route. Turn
To think that GTA 6 is gonna look better than this, dude. Like overall.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Like GTA 6 is gonna look. Oh. But I think E-Day is gonna have it beat graphically, graphical wise. I think it's got to beat.
100 yards. Turn left.
Oh, I think my wife is texting me. I think that's what she means. Oh, my webcam shipped.
Now, I'm getting a lot of calls from local friends and new arrivals to Japan because of a very valuable and very abandoned classic. Now, listen, I've done a lot of festivals and they're always valuable, okay? We don't do this for the
Oh,
money.
no,
we
she's
do
not
it for
texting
the
me.
love of history and car culture and barns.
I think E-Day will have its own movement.
Barns.
Kind of has to. Like, I'm fully expecting like a slide mechanic or, you know, something like that. I don't think it'll be as fast as Gears 5.
Recalculating route.
This Jeep is kind of hard to handle.
100
I
yards.
don't even know where I'm going. Oh, fuck. So tired tonight.
400 yards. Turn left.
Oh, do you guys want to watch the Shadows interview with Cliffy B? Bear, did you literally just steal my thumbnail from this stream?
Yards. Turn right. Turn right.
Alright, let's do that. Phew. I don't know why I'm so tired, guys. I have no clue. I mean, I did wake up at 5 this morning, but still. Alright. Oh. Hold on. This is actually a pretty interesting video. Well done. Let me know if you guys can hear it all right.
My name is Cliff Bleszinski. The game is Gears of War. Let's check it out.
I'll put it right there.
Did you hear the sound and everything?
Oh yeah,
It's just
fantastic.
like boom. It's like the bass, and then it's crunchy, and like I labored over that assault rifle sound with the sound designer. We're like, it's gotta be pop. It's gotta pop.
I love that chainsaw.
I had to fight for that. I had to fight for it, man. But it's like it's a chocolate and a peanut butter for me, right? It's like it's a gun with a chainsaw, right? So it works out really well. So
How's it look for shipping this fall?
we'll make it happen.
Fantastic. We're counting on you.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cliff Bleszinski. I'm the designer of Gears
Look
of
at that
War.
guy.
And here we are. Today is Emergence Day. Gears of War is out, and on Xbox Live, it's all about Gears of War today. Check it out, guys. We hope you dig it, and looking forward to kicking your butt online.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Gears of War DB&O podcast. This is the first episode. It's part of the 20th anniversary and as well also my 100,000 YouTube subscriber celebration. I'm so excited to introduce to you none other than the creator of Gears of War, the lead designer of the original trilogy. It is none other than Cliff Bleszinski. How you doing, Cliff?
I'm great, man. Yeah, it was me. I did everything. I did all the art. I did all the animation. I did all the voices. I did everything. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was my baby. And, you know, Gears 1, 2, and 3 hold a very, very special place in my heart. Judgment was what it was. You know, it was a solid game. But
at least he acknowledges that.
Well, I'll save that for later. But I still think, you know, 1, 2, and 3, you know, I've never felt older than somebody comes up to me and they're like, I grew up with those. I'm like, I'm gonna go take my fiber pills and get to bed early and have a good nap, you know.
Yeah, just to start it off, like I said before, like for me personally, I started playing Gears of War as an 11-year-old.
Man, Cliffy just sounds like a good hang. Like he'd be a good person to just like have a drink with and just chat.
Kid, it was my entire childhood.
I believe it's Peggy 18, by the way.
Yeah. I don't know. My mum and dad didn't ask. They was just like, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I kind of spent almost pretty much the entire holidays around my best friend's house playing online split screen. It was my introduction to online gaming. It was my first ever like experience of playing people around the world, and obviously with the mic back in the day with the Xbox 360 console, being able to speak to people from America, it was just absolutely mind-blowing. And I was able to obviously take that hobby and passion as a kid to turn it into a lifetime career for the last 10 years. And I would just like to say, and just start it off with just by saying, on behalf of myself and all of the Gears of War community, thank you for just your service and everything that you've done for Gears of War. And honestly, even though it's been almost 2 decades here, every Gears of War fan, especially that's been playing since the OG days, will forever remember the impact that Cliffy B truly had on Gears of War. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for that.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. You know, like I've been saying all along, you know, I like to
Bro,
eat,
that
you know,
that would be kind of crazy. Like, imagine for a second, like, let me think of a good scenario. Say you've been listening to like Disturbed, right? For forever. And 20 years later, you get to interview the singer of Disturbed. Like, that's what it feels like that's probably what it feels like for Shadows to interview Cliffy B, because it had such a big impact on our childhoods that, like, interviewing the person that basically like shaped our childhood, that's kind of crazy.
For, you know, buying the game. But at the end of the day, it's all about community. And you know, the fact that, you know, there's plenty of games that have plenty of fans out there, but people getting tattoos of Gears characters and Gears,
Cliffy B is definitely a fucking gamer.
The iconography, it kind of became a thing. And you know, there's few greater feelings in the world than to creatively pour yourself into something and then to see people scar their bodies with something from it. It's a pretty great feeling.
I would say this is probably the perfect segue quickly. I actually have a Gears of War tattoo myself.
Nice.
Crimson Omen.
That is a pretty sick tattoo.
It's sort of to represent the old
needs
generation
more color,
of Gears
though.
of War and the new generation merged together.
Yeah.
Just like I said, because of the impact that Gears of War has had on my life. So yeah, I can fully understand the, you know, passion that Gears of War fans have with getting tattoos and stuff. And as you mentioned, we got the Lancer in the back.
So it's precariously hanging on there, like
holding on by the chainsaw grip.
I need to get a Lancer, bro.
I wanted to really go back to obviously the beginning days. Gears of War 1 was just a redefining game on the Xbox 360. It sold 1 million copies in its first 2 weeks of launch, over 3 million after the first 10 weeks.
Such a big success.
I just wanted to ask that during the early days in Gears of War 1 development, was there a significant point where you maybe realized that you were truly working on just something super special that was a unique type of game? Or was the success that it had, was it more of a surprise?
It needs more red. Like his tattoo, like if the OG Omen was red and like the new one was blue, That would
I
be
think
nice.
For me, it was playing the game live at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood during E3 all those years ago. You know, Bill Gates was there. You know, they were filming us for an MTV documentary, and it was one of those like, I'm sorry, do I have your attention now? And you know, going on stage wearing an Affliction shirt during the nanosecond when those were cool. And you know, you're basically digitally acting if you're playing a game live on stage like that. You know, you get a bazillion streams, people, you know, GameStop or you know, they're streaming it, and IGN and all that, and you got a million journalists in the crowd, and you know, you have to hit your marks. You know, you have to take cover, got to throw your grenades, blah blah blah, and then build up to the final, you know, big chainsaw moment, which is always the crowd pleaser. And you know, I managed to hit all the marks. And meanwhile, backstage, Rod is on a ghost machine. So if the game were to lock up or get totally screwed up, they'd be like, "Go to two," and the game. And this happens with live demos. It's kind of like, you know, actors or you know, talk show hosts that talk about bringing a live animal on the show. Like, you never know where it's going to go, which often makes for good TV, but that's not the case with demoing a live video game that you hope will sell millions of copies. And I think, you know, there's plenty of games out there that are, you know, multiplayer games as service, and we've seen some recent high-profile ones that did not work out. You know, I had one a few years back called Lawbreakers, which I thought was a fun game, but just couldn't get the traction against Overwatch. But people keep banging their heads against the wall of this games as a service model. And, you know, Fortnite did it, you know, pretty darn well with their, you know, their season passes and all of that. But then, you know, you look at like, you know, I didn't actually see a lot of hype for Pragmata. And then
no, I didn't either.
It came out and sold like, you know, 1 million copies in like a couple days. And
that was a really successful game.
People want that 12 to 14 hour single player experience again. I think it's been kind of missing. The part of the problem is, you know, it's expensive to make. And a lot of players beat it, and then they're just done with it. And you know, the publisher, the mentality is like, gotta keep them playing, gotta have some DLC, gotta have online experience, blah blah blah. And that's, you know, the thing is that people and, you know, fans often forget is games are a for-profit business, and you know, but also you get games like Stardew Valley, which was made by like one dude, and he's got like millions of dollars because he made this cool, fun, and adorable little like farming game. And gamers have a way of sniffing, you know, quality out like that. And I'm curious where the future goes for the Gears franchise. It just, you know, I think 4 and 5 were solid games for what they were. I don't think anybody really wanted to be fighting robots from the meetings.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, the meetings that I was in before I left, the writer, who I'm still good friends with, Tom Bissell, you know, there was, you know, we never wanted to just start with the Locusts are back. It's the Locusts. That's why, you know, we took our time, you know, with the actual Locust returning in Gears 3. You know, you fought the Lambent for the first third of it or so.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they were so scared of doing, you know, human on human combat. I'm like, that's not a problem with Call of Duty and Battlefield. It's like, you know, if I had done, you know, Gears 4, I would have been like, no, there's a faction of humans that have gone completely feral. Maybe they're cannibals. You know, you have to do all those steps in the narrative to justify killing them.
Yes, there's a Discord in the description.
They're too far gone. You know, like the Reavers in Firefly and Serenity. You know, you could totally do something like that just to, you know, justify murking all of them. But then, you know, they went with the robot thing, which was fine for, you know, it's the thing is robots don't by their nature have a lot of personality.
No, they don't.
You know, then, you know, the direction they went in with the Swarm was not what I was intended with Gears 4. I wanted, you know, the Locust to, you know, the Lambent all went poof at the end of Gears 3, and then all the Locusts wound up kind of being covered in this kind of like amber impregnable chrysalis. And the idea was that they were from below and they were grubs. And, you know, they were now going through their, you know, metamorphosis, and then they were going to sprout wings and break out of their cocoons. And then
I'd
the
love to have a
tagline was
Lancer.
going to be, before they came from below, now they come from above. And,
wow, okay.
You see a Locust coming at you with these big wings, and, you know, can stab you with them, can kind of move along. And, you know, if you damage him enough, he tries to escape and fly away, and then you shoot him and he flies down. And
kind of like murderous angels, really.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, that's the thing is, you know, the art director at the time, great guy, we're still friends, but he's like, all I see is just this, like, you know, a moth just flapping its wings. I'm like, dude, think a dragon, you know, like, come on, man. And you know,
I remember there was I believe like a locust type dragon that was maybe cut from the original Gears of War 1 game.
Yeah, that was Shane had done that, and it was one of the early tests of spherical harmonics.
A dragon in Gears of War
systems, and it was a little too on the nose in regards to just being a dragon that just kind of was pale and then had a headset slapped on it, and that's one thing Chris was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna make
gargoyle,
it. But that was one of the things that I thought could have been really compelling. But I had one of the programmers sit in my office and be like, I don't buy the wings, and I'm like, what don't you buy about them? He's like, I just don't buy them. I'm like, give me a fucking tangible reason why you don't like the wings, or get the fuck out of my office. And it reminds me of the time I was sitting with another programmer, and I was like, I don't want, this is during Gears 1 time frame. I'm like, I don't want to just do aliens from space. I think every game has aliens from space. I want them to be from the underground of the planet. And the programmer did the classic programmer thing of, I don't buy it. Like, how did they get there? I'm like, that's part of the mystery.
Hey.
We'll figure that out as we make it, as we go along, And, you think Lucas knew every single aspect of Star Wars, regardless of where you think it is right now in the zeitgeist? No, he didn't. He's just like, no, that was in the Clone Wars. And, me being a child of the 80s, I was just like, what's our version of the Clone Wars? I was like, sitting there with my notepad at my desk. I'm like, the Pendulum Wars, because it went back and forth so much. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's all I left it at. But then, just put that little seed in.
Such an interesting idea, though.
What the fuck are the Pendulum Wars?
Just laying seeds so you can develop those later.
People still ask about it, and then the people, Karen Travis and the novels, kind of elaborated on all of that. The COG and the UIR and all that stuff, and the world kind of ballooned. But there's some point where you have to kind of retcon things, and you drown underneath your own fiction. And that's one thing I think, you look at Marvel and you look at DC, and sometimes they're like, what if with Spider-Man, if Uncle Ben never died, and then they start getting it all.
God, I hate that shit.
It just gets messy.
What if Dom never died? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also what they're giving.
Thank you for subscribing, Mash2481.
It's.
I was going to say perfect segue. Really, I was just about to.
We're very close to 8,000.
Yeah, Gears of War E-Day was obviously announced.
We're almost at 40.
I was just going to ask, what was your reaction
left
to the trailer? Just your opinion on the fact that they've decided to pivot away from a Gear 6 to head back to a prequel with Marcus and Dom on Emergence Day.
Well, it's first off, give the people what they want. And that sense of brothers to the end. And there's so much with that trailer. Like, I got goosebumps watching it, and it's kind of masturbatory to get goosebumps over a trailer for something you worked on.
Bro, I still get excited watching that trailer.
But I think Microsoft, 4 and 5, like I said, they were good, but they were just kind of missing something. And to see Marcus's encounter with just a single drone, and how whoops his ass and almost kills him. And just to get back to that, drones being scary, and as opposed to just being cannon fodder, I think is the first great step. Going back to the classic image we had with Gears 1 of, like the UFC, MMA style showdown where you get the two guys face to face, and the
is this a rerun?
Clearly 6 inches
no,
taller
it's
than Marcus is already a relatively tall dude.
It's the podcast of Shadows interviewing Cliff Bleszinski
into the underground, the hollow. And then, the hand that reaches down and grabs him. And then, Dom saves him. And, everyone knows how that ends. And that's the thing about, you can say what you want about Cameron in Titanic. We all know the boat sinks, but what happens along the way? And to do it during E-Day, Gears is known for its, beautiful environments, its characters, but it's also known for its set pieces. And if this is
so many good set pieces in fucking Gears, bro,
the possibilities there for environmental destruction, for memorable set pieces, for civilians running through the streets, just the
we'll see Anya again finally.
9/11 vibes of that panic of a surprise attack, and how society, how the army rallies. All these soldiers are tired; they're just coming off of the prior war, and now you got to get back into it. And just the beating down of humanity. And I think, hopefully they tap into that. They're able to get a little bit more of the slightly spooky stuff in there. Gears was never a full-on horror movie, but it had some horror-ish aspects to it. And, I think they've been cooking from what I gather.
Yeah, I hope they bring back the darkness of Gears of War 1 and the atmospheric elements of it, because if you go back and you play that original game, don't go play Reloaded. It's just not worth it. If you have an Xbox, go play Gears of War 1, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's missions where there's Krill coming into the situations, blocking out the light of the sun, creating a basic horror element all by themselves. And it's a fucking vibe.
Not only on the tech side, but on the narrative
side. So many good games coming out this year.
Really hope,
absolutely.
It brings,
especially for Xbox,
some of those feels.
Yes, the game has been in development, I believe, I think early 2020. So you're looking at around 6-ish years, which is pretty.
Does he really think it's 2020 they started working on it? I hope it's 2020, but they stopped supporting Gears 5 in 2021. March of 2021, so I don't think it was that soon.
Crazy for us Gears of War fans because we was kind of sort of obviously used to a Gears of War game coming out.
I say at least 5 years it's been a development.
I would say that the Coalition have described E-Day as the most ambitious and emotional game from the studio yet. It's built entirely new in UE5 to play like Gears of War but feel like new. My question to you, Cliff, based on that, especially as a lead designer on Gears, what do you think that means for the game? And does E-Day need to evolve the Gears gameplay sandbox? It's kind of...
This is a good question. This is a really good question.
Sort of been the same for the last 20 years.
I mean, the default answer, and they did it a little bit in this with 5 was, we'll make it open world, and like, look at the Burnout franchise, which was some of my favorite, racing crashing games, like Burnout 3. I feel like that franchise peaked at that one, and then they did like Burnout, whatever.
Burnout was such a good game.
Like, no one asked for this. Like, somebody went in the marketing department was like, I hear that open world thing's big. We need that. And that was part of the perception with Lawbreakers. Like, we just woke up and in like, 3 weeks made like a hero shooter. Like, oh, let's make a hero shooter. Like, no, it was 2+ years in the making. Like, turns out a lot of people have come to the same conclusions. Hollywood does this all the time. You remember, Armageddon and Deep Impact came out within similar time frames. Something's in the zeitgeist. I saw that there might be in the next iteration of Halo a version of an extraction shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that happened with, the Battle Royale genre. And it's like players...
I do think a Battle Royale would have helped Halo Infinite, though. Like as much as I don't think it fits, I mean, it would have to be implemented very well in order for it to work very good. But like, you have big modes in Halo. Like, they could have just done that. It doesn't fit Gears, but maybe, I don't know.
Looking for something new, and then somebody's going to break that mold, like PUBG did, and then somebody's going to take it and perfect it like Fortnite did, and then it's going to start feeling a little bit, soggy, and so then players are going to start sniffing out.
I hope we don't see a Battle Royale.
And then you add in streamers and
Gears
and whatnot, and what's up, guys? Like and subscribe, smash that like button.
That's probably me.
Yeah, but you don't seem like an annoying cunt. Oh, dude, and just there's this online culture of streamers and everything, and it's I appreciate it for what it is. I respect the hours and the grind and the sweat that's put in, but to some extent, it's good and it's bad for gaming.
Yeah,
and I think it just depends on the person that you follow or the person that you watch, and it's for them it's a sense of community. It's this kind of parasocial relationship where people feel like they're friends with this person who they've met through their computer. And, Lauren's got she's slowly but surely building a solid up community. It's L337 Lauren, and she does it every day. And she's got great mods. And, it's also tricky being a girl who's streaming, because it's like, if you don't have any cleavage, the number one comment in your chat's gonna be like, show us your boobies. And then if you show like 1.5 inches of cleavage, it's like, oh, hey, lady, nice tits. It's like,
yeah, literally.
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So yeah, that's the world in which we live. And I was just happy with Gears 3. Initially the women were kept just for breeding in the early part of the narratives. And then they just, it was all just completely...
It just made sense in Gears 3.
You had, Anya and Sam in combat and everything, Bernie. And, the women were kicking ass right alongside the guys. And we had to have that discussion where it's like, well, do we have to make a new animation set for them? And it's like, well, how about we just try putting the existing animation set on them and see? And then suddenly we're like, whoa, it just worked fine. You need to be like moving like Jessica Rabbit there's plenty of room for games and experiences like that. That's fine. But you know, you want your waifu simulator, you can go to your waifu simulator, whatever makes you happy.
100%.
But you know, there's room for sexy girl characters, and there's room for ones that just kick butt. And you know, that finding that torque point. I do not envy the people working on Lara Croft in any iteration.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why, you know, she became, the game was a great game. It broke the mold, but you know, like, you know, those big polygonal boobies. And then, you know, they just been just going back and forth, like, how sexual do you do? And then like the rubber band went to, it's like, you know, Hillary Swank looking like dirty, modest chest, and then kind of goes the other way. And then it's just like, you know, with gamers, you just can't win. And
I understand it. Yeah,
it's a tough thing. But yeah, anyway,
completely
so
different world, but
I think you know, delivering E-Day, I think it's a really good idea. I think it's exactly where they need to go. And then,
of course,
you know, figure out if they pick up the timeline from 4 and 5. I think the decision of who lives and who dies at the end of 5 was like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Somebody finally said it. Cliffy B himself said that was one of the dumbest decisions he's ever seen. And it makes so much sense. It is stupid. You put yourself in a fucking corner writing writing the new story. It's stupid.
Like even
It's like, dude, way to paint yourself into a corner narratively. Now, what are you gonna start getting into some multiverse? You know, what if Uncle Ben didn't die, kind of shit? Like,
I think if they ever have to approach that, I think they just have to come out and say this one's the canon and the other one.
I'd rather just not see it.
Is, you know, when Dom died, it meant something,
right?
Know, and even the Carmines, you know, as much as it was kind of a comedic thing, it meant something. And you know, when Carmine finally survived at the end of Gears 3, that meant something because you know we committed to it.
Yeah, that was a dumbass decision.
You know, I've talked to people who worked on Gears 5, and that was hotly contested. And that would have been one of those things, you know, if I was spearheading it, I would have been like, we are not doing this. And, you know, I don't know, like, maybe just Gears 1 hit at a certain point in the zeitgeist where, you know, the characters were so quotable.
Yeah, they definitely wrote themselves
people, you know,
into a corner with that one.
That they said, and, you know, maybe I'm running in the wrong circles. I don't see a lot of those same quotes from, you know, 5 and 6 around. You know, I could be wrong, but maybe I'm just, my nose is over here.
No, totally. Like the modern Gears of War games definitely didn't hit as much as the original trilogy, and like the Gears of War fans have sort of felt that on all aspects of the game. You've spoken a lot about some great story moments. The Coalition have obviously already confirmed that the Chainsaw origin story from the Jacinto Remnants book novel, which includes the likes of Ty Kaliso, will be in the game, as well as the possibility of a Pendulum Wars Battle of Aspo Field prologue as a set piece to open the game, potentially including game debuts for Carla Santiago and Helena Stroud. Are there any storyline moments like that, or from, you know, other moments from the old comics and books that you just hope to see in E-Day?
I just think once again, they're giving people what they want. I mean, those are all aspects that, you know, are from the extended fiction. And I think if you have a good IP and the people haven't read the books or the comic books and don't know who the characters are, if it's still well crafted, it'll be an enjoyable experience. You want the kind of experience that if you go see, you know, whatever, like the new X-Men movie, you know, where you walk out. I'm gonna never forget, you know, I was never that big of an X-Men fan. You know, walking out of one of the X-Men movies and they showed like the shadow of Dark Phoenix on the water, and like walking out of the theater and it's like, oh my God, they're going to do the Dark Phoenix arc. I'm like, what is that? And you want that, like the one friend in the,
and then they fucked it up,
knows where this is going to go. And, you know, they're kind of be like, I'm not going to tell you. And, but it still has to hold up in its own. And I think, you know, you kind of want a little bit of that, you know, well, actually from the super fans. And then they're the ones who kind of lead the way to, you know, grow the audience. Oh, you haven't read this book, read this comic book. And that's how you maintain a loyal fan base. So I think
absolutely,
you know, alternating between timelines is always interesting. And you know, I think if they show the introduction of the Lancer, you know, like almost like, you know, Bruce Campbell getting ready in Army of Darkness. I almost called it Medieval Dead, which is what Sam Raimi wanted to originally call it. You know, the Rambo thing.
Yeah.
Groovy, right? I think you know, that's, you know, you start off with the retro Lancer and all the retro things. That's one of I think the challenges they're gonna have to deal with is, you know, all of the weapons in the arsenal that were available in Gears 1, 2, and 3 That a lot of that wasn't available back then. So maybe they're gonna have to come up with new weapons. Maybe have a one-off line that kind of explains why this weapon's available and this one isn't. Because the arsenal is a huge part of any game, any shooter. So we'll see how they deal with that. But they really seem to.
YouTube censored your comment.
They've been cooking, as the kids say.
It showed up.
Let them cook. So yeah, the Gears of War E-Day Direct has been confirmed for June 7th to be the worldwide reveal, including gameplay. You spoke a little bit about earlier before we started about doing the shows for the Xbox show, E3 shows back in the day, doing like the live gameplay demos for Gears 1 and Gears 2 and Gears 3 on stage. Is there anything specific that you would like to see from the Direct, even though it isn't obviously the same as the live shows back then when you was a part of it?
Well, the way that I would structure it would be to start off with a little bit of the history, interview some fans and their love of the franchise and some of the history of it all. But then go into, if they've been working as hard as it seems, go into a tech demo of here's how the destruction is going to work. Here's our new animation system within, how the feet are going to plant properly on this, that, or the other. And,
I'm so looking forward to this, dude.
The animations sync up when you grab a foe, because that was a pain in the ass to do in the old Unreal Engine. Here's our new particle effects. And here's our updated lighting model and all of the new things that that they've been working on to kind of here's our improved facial animation to sell the overall experience, because Gears is it's about the action, it's about the story, it's about the setting. Hon, I think she's at the door. Dogs.
So good.
And the thing is but it's also that cinematic experience. And you give the people that destroyed beauty that they want, and it's
destroyed
to man. We
beauty.
Can build these beautiful buildings, these beautiful monuments, and then we can tear them down within minutes due to the power of bombing and the horrors of war. And societies where old men are taking their young men and sending them off to die. And always follow the money. It's always for profit.
Talking about money and profit, with Gears of War going back to the very beginning of the Locust War, do you think we could maybe see the Coalition repurpose the unreleased story DLCs from Gears of War 3, such as the Battle of Ephyra and the Phoenix Estate, into a potential E-Day prequel trilogy?
I had nothing to do with any of that, so I mean, it's all Greek to me. And that's the thing, you go back to Judgment, and we had fights about what Judgment would be. And, I was the design director, I was the lead designer, but you still have to have, again, going back to Lara Croft, that Ouija board, that back and forth. And Rod always had his producer cap on, because Rod is the best producer I've ever worked with. But he also has a creative side to him. He was the one who flew to LA, and he'd be in the booth directing the voice actors. And I'd be over here like, I'm gonna be working on this gun and the blood effects, so you do that. And we went back and forth in all the casting until we found like John DiMaggio with that really, really deep, raspy voice. And then, Carlos Ferro, who's obviously a Latino dude, but he didn't sound like Speedy Gonzalez, which was a huge thing of mine. Wanted to be subtle. And that's the thing is, I don't know where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought.
With Carlos and...
Oh, yeah. So going back to Judgment, it's like Rod was like, I want to tell Baird's story. I'm like, why? He's the asshole. I'm like, yeah. Rod's like, yeah, wait, I want to explain why he's the asshole. I'm like... Okay, dude. And meanwhile, I wanted to do something more along the lines of Halo ODST, where you basically, the Gears weaponry was always deliberately very Vietnam era, very low tech. No night vision, no laser weapons, et cetera, et cetera. I wanted to tell the story of 4 of these guys from the Onyx Guard, if you recall. The super sleek. Imagine Carmine evolved. It's just slightly shiny, super badass guys, and they all have all the high-tech toys that the Coalition was not allowed. And then you could see Locust through walls using night vision. You have in thermal rays and laser weapons and security camera things you could fire and get a lay of the land before you kind of went in. There's so many things you could do with that, which actually would have been relatively low risk. And Rob was like, no, we're going to tell Baird's story, and then People Can Fly did the majority of the heavy lifting on that, and they're a great development team. Bulletstorm was a great little game that didn't get the proper marketing, and the multiplayer in that game was not exactly what people want. When you give people a game with a bunch of awesome guns, spoiler, they're going to want to shoot each other in the face. And then you know, Judgment I barely worked on. It was one of those one-offs, and I think
I guess he did barely work on it. I was under the influence that he was like still the main director of the game, but I guess not. So Mild Crisp was actually correct on that.
Truly unique, you know, like, and that's why I think the Onyx Guard thing, like ODST, would have been really cool. But
yeah, I would have loved that.
What the fuck do I know? Can't win them all. It's like I'll be over here working on new stuff, you know.
Yeah. Speaking about John and Carlos, like, are you excited? Obviously, they're returning to reprise their roles as the voice actors, and I guess there must be a little bit of challenge for them because they're obviously going to have to maybe try and make the characters a little bit like sound younger because they're obviously going to be about 20 years younger than their original.
I think AI will help with that.
As you age, your voice often deepens, right? So that's going to be, you know, but I mean, they're pros. And I think, you know, they're happy to return to these beloved characters.
I don't even think it matters if like they sound older. That's just going to make the game even deeper. Like, think of how deep Marcus's voice is in like Gears of War 1 and then just make it deeper. Like, that's even better. You know?
So they like to get paid. And, you know, Carlos in particular, you know, he does the convention circuit like crazy, man. Like I'll go to any convention, you know, PAX or even the local ones, and I'll see him with his booth set up, you know. He's got the banner, Carlos Ferro, you know, known from Star Trek, and then, you know, Gears of War Dom, and you know, he's signing stuff. That'll be $5, you know, it's fine. It is what it is. And it's one of those things, you know, keep them, you know, in the zeitgeist. And you know, I think killing Dom was, you know, I wanted that sucker punch, you know, and that was always the question, like, you know, the douchebag EA executives could be like, can a video game make a person cry? I'm like, bitch, I was crying when Nee first killed me in Phantasy Star 2. Like, get out of here. You know, like, you know, has anybody made the Citizen Kane of gaming? I'm like, stop comparing us to Hollywood. We're not Hollywood, dude. Like, you know, and I go to, once in a while, I'll go to YouTube and look up, you know, like Maria's death and Dom's death, and you read all the comments, and it's like, yeah, I had to put the controller down after this for a while, and you know, people joking it's Tears of War, and because when it first came out, people were just, it's just a stupid bro shooter, blah blah blah, and then I feel vindicated and justified all these years later to know that we affected people when the naysayers, you know, just love to just be like, yeah, blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, you know what, you know, I made people feel something, and that's you know, that's worth something.
Yeah, I would have to say, like, Dom finding Maria, and then obviously Dom's death scene in Gears 3 itself, like, was probably the most impactful scenes I've ever experienced in gaming. And for me, I believe, as sad as it is, Dom's, like, Dominic Santiago as a character, his entire character arc is probably one of the, like, strongest character arcs in gaming, just because of obviously the way he goes out.
That is true.
I mean, the first game, it was, you know, and you know, so I'm looking for somebody, and okay, and that was one of those, like, kind of tease it in a little bit, and then, you know, Gears 2 opens with him at the
Dom deserved the world,
and eventually it builds and builds and builds, and then he becomes a broken man. I mean, imagine finding your wife as this brain dead husk of who she was, and then realizing, you know, you can't take her out, you can't rehabilitate her. The only thing you can do is put your own wife down, you know, with the most brutal looking pistol in the game of all things. But you know, the way they voiced it, the way the music swelled up, the fact that they used that music in the E-Day trailer also, and then just a little bit of the Mad World at the end, it was perfect, you know. So whoever's helming that, they know what they're doing, and I'll be there in the 7th tuning in and commenting on it, right besides y'all.
You've spoken obviously about the major sort of emotional moments of the original trilogy, and with Gears of War E-Day, does there obviously need to be something on that scale, whether it's something involving Dominic Santiago's kids or maybe something entirely new? Does obviously E-Day need something on that sort of emotional scale to bring it more?
Yeah, well,
I don't want to talk about the kids, man. It's not good. It's not good.
The original trilogy.
The thing is, you know, I believe in the books they had, you know, some of the canon of like what happened to Maria and how she went missing, and then Dom's kids and things like that. I think, you know, when you look at a game that's big like Gears and the amount of people that have read the books.
Dang, Johnson, thank you for subscribing to the channel.
If it were up to me, I would, you know, put in
that
scenes
is
where you get to know, you know, Dom and Maria, you know, before the shit hit the fan, and you know, see them in their happy moments. And every time, you know, you have a
40 more
scene
subscribers
where,
to go,
Maria
boys.
being happy, just knowing where it all goes, it just digs the dagger in your belly and your heart a little bit deeper, you know, and Dom's kids and things like that. So again, knowing how it ends, it's you know, Morgan Freeman in 7, you know, this isn't going to have a happy ending, which makes it even better to show off, you know, the sweeter, kinder moments before knowing, you know, how bad things actually get.
Yeah, so finally, I didn't want to obviously keep you too long. I really appreciate you joining me, Cliff. You know, you've been super kind, super insightful. It means a lot. As we're approaching the 20th anniversary of Gears of War later this year, November 2026, it will be almost 20 years since you personally delivered a message to the Gears of War community on the original Emergence Day of 2006 as part of the limited edition Gears of War 1 disc. I don't know if you remember that. Is there a final message that you maybe would like to just share with the Gears of War community for the 20th anniversary this year? And to obviously bring it full circle with the fact that the upcoming launch is going to be an Emergence Day Gears of War game.
Well, the original day where we put out the first Gears, we dubbed it, you know, E-Day. And I think this is a kind of a circle is complete kind of moment. And I think, you know, Microsoft recognized, well, when Rod left, I left, so Lee Perry left, Epic, you know, was kind of left holding the bag with Gears, not really knowing what to do with it. And so they, you know, sold the IP to Microsoft. And Microsoft, I think, realized, okay, let's take a step back and look at what the people want and give the people what they want. And I think they started cooking, and I think they're hopefully going to have something special, and realizing, you know, they have something special with this IP. It always has been. And I mean, you know, with what's going on in the Middle East right
just
now.
Think of how lucky TC is to have something like that in the back pocket of their franchise. They're so lucky that Cliffy thought of the whole Emergence Day situation with this game. They're so fucking lucky.
War's back, baby. It's never been more relevant. And, you know, the first, Gears was inspired by, you know, conflict in the Middle East. And, you know, it ain't never going to settle down in that area. And, but, you know, when it comes to fiction, it's one of those things, you know, you can kind of make a statement on all that stuff, you know, blood for oil and things like that, because that's what Emulsion was. And I'm rooting for him. You know, I would have been happy to consult, but, you know, it's the team needs to feel like it's their baby. I know how this all works. So, you know, they don't need somebody coming in and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's going to be an exciting day on the 7th. And I'll be tuning in and tweeting about it.
So excited.
And watching it.
Awesome. As I said, mentioned it as well. If like Gears of War fans could just speak to you right now, would there just be like any sort of like just words you would just like to say for obviously just to celebrate the fact that it's been 20 years and something that you created has lived this long and has had, you know, such a passionate fan base for this long?
Well, I mean, first of all, I appreciate the support over the years, you know, from, you know, saying hi at conferences to, you know, again, the tattoos and all of the love, the cosplay, all the love that's been shown. And second off, doing the math, y'all were way too young to be playing this game, man. we had a suicide in it. We had a guy kill his own wife. We had, you know, people sacrificing themselves. We had people getting cut in half. Like, where was your parents at?
It was the shotgun wall bouncing multiplayer that drew me in, man. You know?
Yeah, dude. You know, the thing is you know, the multiplayer, you know, they come from the single player, they stay for the multiplayer. And I think that when you look at, you know, again, going back to Pragmata, gamers are hungry for that 14-hour, you know, campaign.
Absolutely.
And then, you know,
especially on Xbox,
you don't necessarily have to do season passes and all the DLC, but, you know, to have a good, solid multiplayer that they can go online and build the community. And then, oh my God, I can't believe this happened in Act 3 of the campaign, and I'm going to go read the new comic book that came out for it and things like that. You know, the community is there. And hopefully Microsoft, you know, seizes the day and delivers. And I think the coalition, from what I'm seeing so far, I'm confident in them.
Awesome. Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much again, Cliff, for just coming on board. Cliff Bleszinski on the YouTube.
Oh, come on, at least you can do is pronounce my fucking name, man.
You get me nervous, man. You get me nervous. I've got the creator of Gears of War on my YouTube channel right here. It's absolutely, again, I just want to say thank you. It's just an absolute pleasure. You've been super kind, super informative, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So yeah, I just want to again just say thank you so much. And it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate the support, and I'll check out your Twitch channel and keep on going, keep on hustling. And that Lancer still makes me nervous. So.
Hey, and also of course, shout out to your wife as well, Lee Lauren. I'll make sure to put a link in the description.
Oh,
as well.
He was referencing his wife.
I'm sure she's probably pretty excited for Gears of War E-Day as well.
Oh, she's definitely gonna stream it.
100%. Hey,
cool.
Right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. If there's any other final words, Cliff, you'd like to share.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Anytime somebody's like, I love your work, in Gears in particular, I'm like, thank you for helping buy my house. So,
there you go. Hey.
Being that somebody recognizes you, or the least you could do is stop, get a photo, and chat for a little bit, because they're the reason why you can eat. And so, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Well, hopefully, if there's another opportunity to meet in real life, I will definitely take you up on that and grab that picture.
Cool, man. It's good chatting.
Oh, that was a good one, man. And asked some good questions. He really did. All right. I think, guys, we're going to end the stream there. I want to say thank you for everyone that has been tuning in, everyone that's been subscribing to the channel. We are almost at 8,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is absolutely fucking crazy. And I will have a special video coming very, very soon if we hit that mark before the showcase. See you.